Welcome to ISG's Induction. Wherever you're watching this, please ensure you familiarise yourself with the nearest fire escape, and also ensure you know where the assembly point is located. Please make yourself comfortable before we start. Here's a quick overview of the project. There's some click and collect adjustments to be made, some cold room installations, sprinkler amendments, and all associated facilities services and mechanical and electrical.
Welcome to ISG. We are a global construction services company delivering the built environment for international and local customers. We provide fit-out, construction, and technology services. Our customers trust ISG to serve their needs in a consistent way, on time, to a high quality, and on budget. We encourage new thinking and bold ideas, value clarity and honesty, take pride in the quality of our work, and encourage and reward great ideas. One of the ways we demonstrate these values is through the Considerate Constructors scheme. All of our projects which are on site for 6 weeks or more are signed up for the scheme, which strives to improve the image of construction by ensuring sites appear professional and well managed, by giving the utmost consideration to our impact on our neighbours and the public, by protecting and enhancing the environment, by attaining the highest levels of safety performance, and by providing a supportive and caring environment for our workforce. Nothing we do is so important that we can't take time to do it safely. Before you start work, stop, step back. Take a moment to look around. Ask yourself, what could go wrong? Do you have everything you need to continue safely? Assess all the potential hazards. Identify how to reduce the risks. Do you have a safe place of work, with safe access and egress and all the right equipment? And when you start your task, follow the controls and written procedures that are in place. Ask questions if you're unsure. Take the necessary actions to do the job safely. Every day, we make on average 35,000 individual choices. At ISG, we want you to feel empowered to make the right choices with actions, words, and ideas. Choose Safe, Choose Health is all about harnessing the power of our everyday choices. ISG want you to have the information, tools, and conditions necessary to make the right choice every time. Before you get to site, a risk assessment and method statement will have been prepared by your manager and approved by ISG for the task you are being asked to perform.
Right, plan-wise is we've got to get these braces completed.
Before you start work, you need to be briefed by your supervisor. If things change, for whatever reason, and you are unable to follow these instructions, you must inform your supervisor and get them changed. Not following procedures and taking shortcuts is not doing anyone any favours, and it could put you and your colleagues at risk. Don't gamble on your safety, or the safety of those around you. Every day, check the high-risk activity board, because conditions can change on site very quickly.
So we're just going to do the safe start briefing like we do every day?
You will have a safe start briefing. Don't start work without one. It'll give you a thorough understanding of what you are being asked to do and how you are going to do it. Make sure you listen carefully and ask if there's anything you don't understand. If there is an accident, no matter how small, report it immediately so it can be entered into the accident book and investigated. We also need to know if there has been a near miss. Statistics show that for every 600 near misses, 10 people will be injured, and 1 person will be severely injured or die. So it is in everyone's interest to report anything you see that could have resulted in an accident. We believe that you are the best person to tell us how to work more safely. Don't walk by if you see something wrong. Your opinion, your expertise, and your experience can make a difference, so it is important that you tell your supervisor and fill in a feedback card. You may be saving someone's life. You can do it anonymously if you like, but where we feel it is justified, we would like to reward you for taking the time to help. You are working on an ISG site because you can demonstrate that you are professional and competent with the right certification and qualifications for the job. Do not undertake work for which you are not qualified. Please let us know if there are any medical conditions that we need to be aware of, or if you are on prescription medication. All ISG projects have a defibrillator on site. Many tasks on site require a permit. Hot works, confined spaces, out of hours, work at height, working in lift shafts, high-risk operations, and excavations. If you need a permit, it will be highlighted in your method statement, and you must not proceed until you have the appropriate authorization. And don't forget to get your permit signed off when you finish. Metal cutting stations must have exclusion zones set up around them and must be enclosed. Managing excavations is critical. Operatives must be trained, competent, and experienced. Not only do you need a permit to dig, but you need to ensure that there is adequate earthwork support and access. Check the area has been surveyed or scanned, and when digging near identified buried surfaces, make sure there is no mechanical digging within 500 millimetres. The minimum PPE for all ISG sites is safety helmet with a 4-point chin strap, safety glasses, a high-visibility jacket with either contractor, client, or ISG branding, task-specific gloves, and safety boots with steel toe caps, midsole protection, and ankle support. Rigger boots, Chelsea or dealer slip-ons, safety trainers, or safety shoes are no longer allowed on our sites. Other specialist protective gear may be required and will be highlighted in your risk assessment. For example, you must wear the right eye protection for the job you are doing. Please note that shorts are not allowed on site at any time. A permit system is in place for the lifting of all temporary void protection. Anyone found to be lifting or tampering with this protection will be red-carded. This also applies to barriers. Don't move them. They are there for a reason. The issue of red and yellow cards for ignoring safety measures or other inappropriate behaviour like this can lead to you being sent off-site. But we would much rather issue you with a green card for good safety performance. ISG is committed to being fair and inclusive, where everyone is treated with respect. Inappropriate behaviour will not be tolerated. If you have a special need or experience disrespect, then we encourage you to let us know so we can act to create a positive working environment for everyone. We aim to reduce the amount of waste we produce on our sites. Our target is to divert 97% of the waste we do produce away from landfill. We do this by preventing waste, reusing materials where possible, and by recycling. Never burn waste on site. You can help by segregating your waste into the correct skips and making sure waste is stored away from drains. If you have an idea of how to further reduce waste, please let us know. It is important we protect watercourses from any spills. Spill kits are available on site, so if you see a spill, act immediately to contain it. Store all fuels, oils and chemicals in bunds or on drip trays. Avoid refuelling near sensitive locations. Use plant nappies when refuelling and try to prevent spillages from vandalism by keeping containers secure and out of sight.
On all ISG sites, COVID-19 and the pandemic is affecting us all. Please ensure you keep your social distance, you wear a mask, and you gain a permit if you can't keep your distance. There are signs around site. Please abide by the signs and any one-way systems. These are here to protect you and everybody else. This slide speaks for itself. Site security. If you go out for a gate, lock it behind you. Keep your gear locked away. If you see anything suspicious, challenge the person or report it to the site management team. Site layout. Please take note of the plan shown on the screen. Familiarise yourself with it so you can navigate around site in a safe manner. In case of emergency, these plans will be on all the fire points dotted around site as shown on the plan. If you hear a fire alarm, please down tools and head towards one of these fire escapes and then onto the assembly point, which is near the site compound. When you press one of the howlers, they're radio linked together and they'll all go off. We will do a fire alarm test at various points through the project, which will be communicated to you prior to the test. The nearest accident and emergency is at University College Hospital with an A&E department. Please take time to have a quick look at the map and familiarise yourself with the route to the hospital in case the worst happens.
In the UK, we have an excellent safety record. However, what we are seeing is health issues becoming more and more prominent. Tens of thousands of people every year are made ill due to health hazards exposed to at work, and we're taking these very seriously on our projects. One of the major health hazards you're going to experience on site is going to be dust exposure. Dusts on construction sites, including wood dust and silica dust from concrete, are very hazardous to your health. Over time, they will cause serious health issues and could lead to lung conditions such as lung cancers, emphysema or asthma. What we ask you guys to do is to control the dust when you're producing it. For example, using dust extraction with a H/M class vacuum cleaner or wet cutting to help suppress the dust. This will mean the dust doesn't get into the air in the first place and you can't breathe it in. Over time, noise can be a serious health hazard to you. Constant exposure to medium or high noise levels can lead to degradation in your hearing. This means that in 20 years' time, you might not hear as well as you should be able to. What we ask you guys is understand your RAMs. They should specify the noise levels from your equipment. If required, wear your hearing protection or set up a noise exclusion zone so that other people can't be exposed to high levels of noise. Vibration is a serious risk on construction sites. Users who are regularly exposed to high vibration levels can develop symptoms such as vibration white finger or damage to the capillaries in their hands. In the long term, this can lead to a loss of sensation in the fingers and really permanent issues where you might not even be able to work with your regular tools. What we ask you guys to do is to fill in a HAVS exposure form every day. This will allow us to check that you're not being exposed above any hazardous levels. If you are being exposed to high levels, we can do some quite simple changes, such as splitting your task up with another person to split that dose in half. Just come and speak to us or let your supervisor know. COSH standards for control of substances hazardous to health. A COSH substance is any substance you see on site that has a hazard symbol on it. For example, environmentally polluting, flammable or hazardous to health. We have a COSH storage area on this site. We expect you to store all of your COSH substances in this area. The area is double bunded. That means that if something spills, it will all be contained in the area. If working with a COSH substance, please ensure you understand your COSH assessment. This will tell you what you need to do to be safe with the substance. For example, the PPE you must wear. It will also tell you if other people working nearby might be at risk from the substance. If they are, then we need to take measures to make sure they're out of the area and kept safe. Always make sure you have a spill kit available when working with COSH substances. If you are working in an area where we think there might be asbestos, you must have asbestos awareness training. If you don't have this, please let one of the ISG site team know. We want to make sure that there's no risk of you being exposed to asbestos. If you encounter something which you suspect might be asbestos, stop work, make the area safe and let us know. We'll get a specialist company in to come and test the substance and make sure it's safe or remove it. Manual handling is a major cause of accidents and injuries on a construction site. Often this is people cutting corners to get the job done quickly or not using the mechanical aids they're going to use. When handling, we ask you to adopt the principles of TILE. That's look at the task you're completing, your own individual capabilities, the load itself, for example, has it got any sharp edges and the weight of it, and the environment. You should always walk the route before you carry anything down it to make sure there are no obvious trip hazards that you could fall over. If it's in your RAMs, make sure you use your mechanical lifting aids. They're there to help you and make the job easier, as well as making it safer.
At ISG, we really care about your mental health. We have trained mental health first aiders on site, and a list of these people are on the notice board within the canteen or in the induction room. Suicide is a huge issue with the middle-aged men. If you've got any problems and you need to discuss it, please come and speak to one of our first aiders. If you see any of your mates or any of your colleagues on site that are struggling, please go over and talk to them. They sometimes just need to speak to someone. Talking about things can really help.
Welcome to ISG South Wales. We are one of the major contractors working extensively around South Wales at the moment. We have some fantastic projects and we hope you enjoy working on our sites. The ISG leadership in South Wales are totally committed to safety and we do not want anyone being hurt on our sites. The Choose Safe, Choose Health campaign is about empowering you to make the right decisions on site every time. We want you to choose to work safely and not be told to work safely by ourselves. If you're not sure about something on site, stop work. Either resolve it yourself if you are qualified or notify one of our supervisors or members of staff. We have a green card rewards policy at ISG where people who report hazards or come up with good ideas are entered into a prize draw. Please pay attention during the induction. There is some very important information, especially site-specific information. We hope you enjoy your time working on our ISG sites and stay safe. Hopefully you will find that we will work with you to produce a great quality product for our clients.
At ISG, we pride ourselves on absolute completion. That means that when we complete a job, it is 100% complete and snag-free. We aim for a zero-defect culture. You have been selected to work on this project because you're a competent professional, and we expect the standard of your work to be the same. It's very important on this job that you clear snags out as you go. Make sure you check your work over afterwards and that you're happy with the standard. Please remember, we have specific quality standards on this job. The work you've been doing on another job might not be to the standard we require. Please make sure you've had a briefing from your supervisor and you understand exactly what you need to do. All works on this project will be inspected by ISG. Please make sure you check your work and that you're happy with the standard before completing an area. Make sure you understand the inspection and test plan for your works. This will detail when ISG will come and inspect your works. These hold points are really important for us to make sure that the works are completed safely. One of the most important things to us is that you use the right fixings for your works. We've had a number of issues in the past where fixings have failed and caused safety issues. Please make sure you fully understand what fixings you're going to be using, the installation methodology and the quality check requirements.
Welcome to ISG. You have been chosen as a designated supervisor for your works on this project. As a chosen supervisor for this project, it is your responsibility to ensure all operatives attending site complete a designated induction before commencing with any works. It is your responsibility to ensure that all works on site have the correct risk assessment method statement in place, and this is briefed to all operatives. Prior to commencement of any work, it is your responsibility to ensure that a safe start briefing has been conducted with your workforce. This is a 5-point PPE project, meaning that at all times all operatives are required to wear hard hat, boots, gloves, glasses and a high visibility jacket. We will be having weekly supply chain coordination meetings. Please ensure that you attend these regularly. At ISG, we have a contractors league table. This demonstrates how you're performing as a business on each project in regards to health and safety. Please ensure you take time to review this and improve where possible. As the supervisor for your business, it is your responsibility to ensure that you return all weekly information to ISG. An example of this are the toolbox talks that should be relevant to your works that are taking place. You are required, whilst on an ISG project, to ensure that all operatives undertaking any work have the necessary training and certification to allow them to do so. Along with this, any plant that you are intending to bring to the project must arrive with the correct certification and thorough daily check sheets. At ISG, we operate a permit to work system for a number of elements on each project. It is your responsibility to ensure that these are obtained, completed and closed out. Failure to close this action out could result in works being suspended. Please ensure that any accidents or near misses are reported to ISG management immediately. Here at ISG, we are considerate constructors, and we hope that you buy into our ethos to both look after the current workforce, neighbours and the surrounding public as much as we do.
Thanks for taking this site induction. Please ensure your CSCS cards are emailed to the site manager. The link is within the form that you're filling out. Please take these notes on board as they'll keep you safe on site. Thanks very much.